Hey there, it's Glenn with the Toy Temple, and today I finally got my hands on the Retro Wave Marvel Legends Iceman. And as you've probably, maybe, watched before, I have the original release from 1993. And they did quite a job recreating the design of the original card. So on the back, you see the gradient going from red to yellow, back to orange, back to red. It looks amazing. They did a fantastic job just keeping it so similar. They even got Iceman in the same pose. He's a little bit more, I don't know, smooth, a little bit more round on the new one, but they did downgrade his ice slide though. Back in 1993, it was the Super Ice Slide, but now it's just Ice Slide. So, you know, we'll figure that out when we come to it. Top left-hand corner, you've got a couple different X-Men. I believe that was the wave that this one was released in, so looking at it, sorta, yeah. They were the world's first real X-Men toys being put out, outside of the Secret Wars, which I think had maybe Wolverine and a few others, but this was like the first big X-Men line of toys. So, I haven't opened this one, I'll never open this one, but let's move him out, and let's review Iceman. The Marvel Legends version. One thing I did want to point out, they missed some black on the X on good old Bobby Drake's belt, which is super disappointing, but I've got a paint pen. I'll just fill that in real quick, but I will take a box cutter, trim around this, and try to keep it intact as best I can, but on the back you see the rest of the wave. Wolverine, Storm, Dazzler, Iceman, Silver Samurai, and Cyclops. And at this point, I think I have all of them but Wolverine, because I really don't need that many Wolverines. It's just, I'd have a whole shelf of Wolverines if it was up to Hasbro. But Iceman, though, we're going to get him out of the package. Try not to get frostbite, and I hope you'll join me. Ta-da! Just that easy. And here is Iceman out of the package, and he looks okay in places. Let me explain. So he does come with this really cool ice accessory. He pegs his footholes into the peg on the board, but there's only one peg, so you kind of have to have him kind of freestanding with one foot. So it's a lot like the Silver Surfer, where there's only just the one peg and, you know, you just kind of free float, but I think I got him balanced pretty okay. His face is a little odd, and I'll show you. You can see it's just kind of a weird face sculpt. I don't think anyone's face is actually like this. That's just so much forehead, and his face is like squished together. It's an odd look. And plus they did the seam for the two pieces of plastic directly down the front of the face, and it's just so ugly. It's ugly. But if you compare that to the Juggernaut Wave Iceman, this one seems a little bit more normal. A little bit less chin, more nose, more pointy nose even at that. Plus the translucent blue looks a little bit better than this somewhat translucent clear white. This is the kind of body I would expect to see on a Silver Surfer, not Iceman. Plus, what's with this belt situation? Is it glued? Did they glue his belt? I can't, yeah, they did. Wow. Well, now it's freely moving, because he does have a waist articulation that I'd like to use. So, glad I popped that off. Size comparison wise, real quick, thought I'd put Bobby there. And then we've seen this body style before on Retro Wave Vision, which I also have. So you got all three. Give you a good idea of where this one sits. He's a little smaller, but that's just because this one has such spiky ice hair. Puts him head and shoulders above the others. But that is definitely the same body. Yeah. So getting them out of there. We don't need you two anymore. They did miss, like I said, that little bit of black on the X on the belt. And that's really about it for the paint. I do love that he has the butterfly shoulders though. Every figure needs to have these. He does have double jointed elbows. He does have double jointed knees, thigh swivel, boot cut, ankle rockers, ankle pivot. He's got really great articulation. It's a good body, and I'm hoping that they use this for, you know, future Daredevil or Spider-Man. But I don't know. There's just not too much to talk about in the paint department or the accessory department because he doesn't come with any additional hands. There's no like blast effect. I know there's this, but that's just what he rests his feet on. But there's no open hand. There's no grip. And then there's just a huge lack of paint because they just kind of went like fake translucent. Is it slightly translucent? I think it is, but yeah. Plus there's two different versions of translucent. There's the arms and then there's the upper thigh, the torso. It's two different colors. I'm hoping it comes through on the camera, but that's two different colors and it's an odd look. It really is. But I found him for $5. I'm happy to have gotten him with the accessory because I'm going to give this accessory to the other Iceman that I have. And I don't know, maybe I'll repaint him. So, what's my final verdict? Well, he does come with an accessory. He does have one of my favorite types of bucks, which is this brand new butterfly shoulder, smaller body mold. But then it's just kind of cobbled together. I mean, yeah, he's a little translucent. I like that. He's got, you know, the basic articulation that you'd hope for. But then his face sculpt is ugly. Bobby Drake's supposed to be kind of handsome, you know, a lady killer, but this is no one's going to be dating this monster. This horrible monster face. So yeah, I'm not keen on it. The body is really why I bought it, for customizing. And they missed some paint, like literally the only paint that this thing had, and they messed it up. What are you doing? I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 5. It's nice to have the accessory, and it, by the way, the accessory doesn't even match color-wise with the rest of the figure, so that's one more. That's the cherry on top of this one. It's all over the place, but if you find it for cheap like I did, definitely pick it up if you're into customizing, which, hey, I am. So check me out on Instagram and Twitter, both at The Toy Temple. Hit like, share, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments which Iceman you prefer. The Juggernaut Wave or this one. Are you the right kind or the wrong kind of Iceman lover? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So with that, thanks for watching. And remember, you're never too old to enjoy the things you love.